coming to take everybody out.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the mutant Nick Walker. So still no physique updates from the mutant, but he keeps on taking shots at the top 3 from last year's Mr Olympia. And he is feeling very confident that he has the ability to win the Olympia this year. And the thing is, Nick Walker has always claimed that.
At the end of the day, they're all great competitors, but I'm coming to take everybody out.
Now, ever since Nick Walker made his Olympia debut, which by the way was back in 2021, he has never beaten either Hadi Choopan or Derek Lunsford. Although him and Derek have competed against each other only once, and that was back at the Olympia 2022, which was his last Olympia, where Nick Walker placed third behind Derek and Hadi Choopan. But Nick has competed against Hadi Choopan twice, and honestly Hadi Choopan is the only guy in this year's Olympia lineup whom Nick Walker is really concerned about. And he has also expressed that multiple times, and not just him, his coach Matt Jensen as well, that if Hadi Choopan shows up at his all-time best, if he brings his A game, then he just cannot beat him, and he is totally fine with that. I mean, he said that he won't have any regrets losing to a guy like Hadi Choopan. So Nick has been doing a lot of work on his midsection, especially after winning this year's New York Pro, because that was the feedback given to him by the judges, that he needs to fix his waistline and maybe get his waist to that same size as it was back in 2022 or 2023. Because Nick Walker is showing up with a wider waistline. That is a non-negotiable thing.
I think my waist is going to be a lot more tapered this year, and I think my quads have come up a good bit.
Because even though according to the judges, he did bring up his quads, especially his outer sweep, but because of a wide waistline, that did not help his X-frame. So given that they're putting extra time and effort in regards to his waistline, we should all expect his waist to look a lot better than what we saw at this year's New York Pro. And I'm gonna say this again, the top competitors, they better not sleep on this guy, as he is one of the most dangerous guys, especially when he is being counted out. Next up we have the update of the former Mr Olympia and the Persian Wolf, trying to take back his crown from Derek Lunsford in 18 days time. So Hadi Choopan is pushing balls to the walls and firing all the cylinders. No matter how low he is on energy, he's still gonna train like an absolute maniac. So taking those heavy dumbbells for a ride, and that too with such perfect form, that is just ridiculous. And we all know what's underneath that shirt. He is gonna be absolutely ripped and straight to the bone, especially when we are this close to the show. So there was another video, which was uploaded on Honey Wembor's IG. And towards the end of that video, Hadi flexes in a tank top. And I'm gonna say I have no idea, but people are saying that Hadi Choopan is gonna try to come in a bit more bigger, when all he needs to do is to bring that Arnold Ohio package. Because we all saw his symmetry at this year's Arnold. That was at his all-time best. He was absolutely ripped front to back. Unlike the Olympia last year, when Hadi Choopan was just extremely shredded from the front, but he was kinda soft from the back. And yes, I know, he can be a bit more dry from the back still. But what we saw at this year's Arnold, that is gonna be extremely damn hard to beat. So is Hadi really maxed out? Because we have been listening to this argument ever since 2021. But every time he shows up and shuts everyone up, and anyone thinking that Hadi's waist is gonna appear bigger at the Olympia, they just aren't thinking straight. And I have to say, Hadi is gonna be one of the most ripped guy, and the guy with the best midsection control at the Olympia stage this year. First of all, a huge congratulations to Derek Lunsford for opening his own gym, and that only means we will get to see more content in the upcoming years. And considering Derek is just 31 years old, he has got a lifetime ahead of him, trying to stay at the top and be the best bodybuilder in the world. So I really wonder what goes through his competitors' minds when they see him training like this and showing that kind of back. So does all the top guys have already admitted that he is gonna be untouchable from the back, no matter how hard these guys train? Because I have to say that is just insanity. The V-taper is just getting out of hands, and the density is just lights out. So we all know this is his best muscle group, and he is gonna 100% milk those back shots on the stage. Now personally, I kinda disagree with this idea, that Derek won the Olympia last year just because of his back. And yes, I know that played a major role in his victory, but the guy has one of the most impressive front relaxed and the front double biceps pose as well. And it isn't just one particular muscle, It's the eyes, and how they are always drawn towards Derek because of his insane V-taper and the kind of proportions that he has. Because we all know Derek does create that insane illusion, especially in those front shots. Now that being said, that 2023 physique of Derek, that just won't be able to stop this new version of Hadi Chupan. Even Honey Rambor said that on camera. But the thing is, this is a whole different animal we are looking at right now. So is Derek being counted out, just like the mutant Nick Fokker? Well, it is very rare that the reigning Mr Olympia drops down to 3rd place in his first Olympia title defense. But that is where Milos and Dennis James, they have him this year. So Chris Cormier has Derek winning the Olympia. But the other two guys, they have Derek in 3rd spot. So there have been only 2 times in the last 23 years where the reigning champ did not even finish in the top 2. And it was Dexter Jackson back in 2009 and Big Ramy in 2022 when he placed 5th.
Hadi is Hadi, so I still see him first, Samson second, Derek third. Okay, even though I like Andrew Jack's physique way better, I have to give Derek is Mr. Olympia, has a muscle, has a shape. He doesn't have all this density and detail. If I'm a judge, I would give it to Andrew, but I do believe that they're going to put Derek in top 3, Andrew 4.
Next up, we have another physique update from one of the greatest bodybuilder of all time, Phil Heath. So most of us would agree that Ronnie Coleman is the GOAT, with Phil being a very close second. And I am talking about purely from a physique perspective, that you can put these guys in any era of the sport, and they would still dominate that era. Now obviously you guys can debate that, and also do let me know in the comments below. So Phil has been looking pretty jacked, especially in the last couple of months. So not only he seems to be holding on to a decent amount of muscle mass, but he has been staying pretty damn lean as well, ever since his retirement. Which by the way was like 4 years ago. So you guys can listen to any IFB pro, and they will all mutually agree on this, that the quads are the hardest to maintain, especially after turning 40, and Phil is about to turn 45. And the thing is, the man doesn't even train legs that frequently, but still he has got a lot of mass on them. So some things, they just never fared with the legends. Phil was known for having one of the greatest arms of all time, and you look at those fibers on his biceps, and the man has better detail and better separation than some of those guys who are gonna be on this year's Olympia stage in 18 days time. So no other nickname could have suited him better than the gift. So as of right now, it doesn't seem like we're gonna see another dominant champion like Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman, especially in the near future. Next up is the 18 days out physique update of Rafael Brandao. Now if we talk about Martin Fitzwater being a potential top 6 at the Olympia this year at his Olympia debut, then why can Brandao fall in that same category? I mean, the guy is really tall, very aesthetic, one of the most classic guy in the men's open. And he has also added a good amount of muscle mass and some density and thickness on his frame, especially in that one whole year that he took off. And we should definitely count another 3 to 4 months that were fully dedicated to another off-season and growing after winning this year's Arnold Brazil. So Rafael is another physique that was admired by the judges a lot at this year's Arnold, after he placed 3rd behind Samson Dauda and Hadi Chupan. And he is looking to present a better version than that, so a few pounds bigger but more sharper from the back, because that's the area where Brandao could have done a lot better at this year's Arnold.
Oh man.
If I'm a judge, I would be #bodybuilding. It would be a Samson, Andrew, and
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Brandao.
Yeah.
So Rafael Brandao has been competing as a pro longer than Samson Dauda and Andrew Jack, and also guys like Nick and Hunter. And he has a lot of experience. And although he hasn't made any statement about where he expects to place at this year's Mr Olympia, but I bet that expectation will be at least top 6. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.